Imagine a book so powerful it was deliberately erased from history. A text describing celestial mysteries, fallen angels, and secrets about the very nature of existence. Now imagine that this book was once part of sacred scripture and was removed, not by accident but by calculated decision. The books of Enoch contain revelations so impactful they challenge traditional narratives. Hidden for centuries, these manuscripts speak of a reality beyond what we've been taught, a secret history of humanity that few dare to explore. Why were these texts banned? What do they reveal that the powerful wanted to hide? And most importantly, what does it mean for us today? In this video, we're diving deep into the secrets of Enoch, uncovering the reasons for its exclusion, and unraveling the hidden teachings that could transform your view of reality. If you're seeking lost wisdom, ancient secrets, and answers to mysteries that few dare to question, get ready. This journey has only just begun. Hit that subscribe button to join our quest for forgotten knowledge. And now, let's unlock the hidden truth within the books of Enoch. To understand why the books of Enoch were banned from the Bible, we first need to look at their origin and the impact they had in ancient times. The first book of Enoch, also called Book of Enoch, is a fascinating work attributed to the patriarch Enoch, the same biblical figure who, according to Genesis, walked with God, and he was no more because God took him. Unlike other biblical characters, Enoch didn't die. He was taken up to heaven alive. The text is considered one of the oldest apocryphal writings and was highly respected by early Jews and Christians. However, over the centuries, this book began to be seen as dangerous. But why? The answer lies in the content. The Book of Enoch reveals supernatural events and spiritual truths that challenge the religious authorities of the time. It speaks of the Watchers, fallen angels who taught forbidden knowledge to humanity, occult sciences, metallurgy, astrology, enchantments, and above all, the secret of divine light. The impact of this knowledge was immense. If humans learned what the angels taught, they could transcend their limitations. This idea was revolutionary and for many, threatening. Religious leaders began to question the validity of the text. Around the 4th century, the Book of Enoch was removed from Jewish and Christian scriptures, surviving only in some traditions like the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. But the exclusion wasn't just theological. During the Middle Ages, the Church tightly controlled knowledge. Texts like those of Enoch were seen as heretical, as they spoke of a direct connection between man and the divine without the need for a religious institution. And here's the question: was the Book of Enoch banned because it was dangerous, or because it contained truths that could free humanity from the control of the elites? Get ready, because now we're diving into the heart of Enoch's mysteries and understanding what they truly reveal, and why this knowledge was erased from history. Imagine a primordial time, when humanity was still crawling in the darkness of ignorance. According to the Book of Enoch, it was during this period that a group of angels known as the Watchers descended to earth and broke one of the Creator's most sacred laws, directly interacting with humans. These angels taught men and women hidden secrets, knowledge that should not have been revealed. One of the leaders of this group was Azazel, a name that appears in apocryphal texts and even in some passages of the Bible associated with sin and rebellion. What exactly did they teach? The art of forging and war. Through Azazel, humans learned to manipulate metals, creating weapons that were previously unknown. This made them more powerful, but also brought destruction, cosmology, and astrology. Some Watchers taught humans the movements of the stars and the influence of the planets. Before that, humanity had no understanding of the celestial cycles, enchantments, and occult sciences. Techniques that allowed communication with spiritual realms were transmitted. Knowledge that was previously exclusive to angels. Beauty and seduction. Women learned to use cosmetics, ornaments, and artifices that, according to the ancients, aroused desires and corrupted the hearts of men. With this, humanity began to change. The Watchers not only taught, but also mixed with humans, generating a hybrid race known as the Nephilim. These giants were described as powerful beings, but their presence brought chaos and destruction to the world. The texts of Enoch say that this interference aroused the wrath of God. Corruption on earth reached alarming levels, and it was then that the Creator decreed the destruction of this civilization, an event that many believe is linked to the Great Flood. But think for a moment, if the Book of Enoch is true, it means that the world before the flood was much more advanced than we imagine. Perhaps this forbidden knowledge allowed ancient civilizations to reach a level of development that traditional history does not recognize. But why were these secrets erased? Why do the official scriptures ignore them? In the next part, we'll explore how this knowledge relates to mysteries that still exist today and what that might mean for us in the present. If the Book of Enoch contained such profound revelations about the origin of occult knowledge and the corruption of humanity, why was it banned from most religious traditions? To understand this, we need to look at one of the most critical periods in the spiritual history of humanity, the formation of the biblical canon. Around the 4th century AD, the early Christian church began to consolidate which texts would be considered inspired by God and therefore included in the Bible. But something curious happened. The Old Testament, adopted by the Jewish tradition and later by Christians, excluded the Book of Enoch. During the councils of the church, led by authorities and theologians of the time, this text was classified as non-canonical, meaning it should not be read or followed by the faithful. Some sects and esoteric groups, such as the Gnostics and the Essenes, continued to study the Book of Enoch in secret, but for the general public, it disappeared for centuries. But why? The answer may lie in the disturbing implications of this book. It describes a humanity that received knowledge directly from fallen angels. This challenges the idea that wisdom comes only from divine revelation through the prophets. It talks about the Nephilim, a hybrid race between humans and angels. This suggests that our history may have been much more complex than we imagine. It exposes a cosmic battle between divine and rebel forces, showing a vision of the universe where angels, spiritual entities, and humans are interconnected in a much deeper way than conventional teachings suggest. Now imagine the impact of this for the early church. Keeping this book in the canon could mean a total shake-up of the power structures of the time. If the faithful began to study this information, they could question the religious authority that dictated which knowledge was allowed and which should be forgotten. But here's something even more intriguing. Even though it was erased from the traditional Bible, the Book of Enoch never completely disappeared. It survived within esoteric traditions, secret orders, and even in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which still considers it a sacred text. But what if I told you that many of the teachings of the Book of Enoch still influence our beliefs today, even if in a hidden way? The question now is, what else is hidden? What else has been erased from our history? In the next part, we'll explore how Enoch's teachings can be applied to our search for knowledge and spiritual enlightenment. If the Book of Enoch was silenced because it revealed truths that could challenge the structure of religious power, then an inevitable question arises: how can we apply these teachings to our own spiritual journey? The answer may lie in the hidden lessons that the book has left us, fragments of a forgotten wisdom that can still be accessed by those who dare to seek the truth. 1. Hidden knowledge is always within our reach. The Book of Enoch reminds us that divine knowledge is not restricted to a small group of chosen ones. Quite the contrary. Humanity received wisdom directly from the Watchers, angels who descended from heaven to share forbidden secrets. This knowledge involved astrology, metallurgy, healing, magic, and spiritual science, tools that could free people from ignorance. However, this knowledge was corrupted and used for evil, resulting in a great purification through the flood. The big lesson here? True knowledge can liberate or imprison. It depends on how it is used. Reflection. How have you been seeking spiritual knowledge? Do you use it to elevate your consciousness or just as intellectual curiosity? 2. The balance between the spiritual world and the material world. The Book of Enoch describes a cosmic conflict between celestial beings and humanity, where the corruption of the physical world leads to destruction. But there is a deep teaching hidden in this narrative. We live in a universe of duality, light and darkness, knowledge and ignorance, matter and spirit. The true path to enlightenment lies in balance. Those who focus only on materialism become blind to the spiritual world. Those who get lost in extreme spiritualism can end up disconnected from physical reality. The key is to integrate both dimensions, cultivate spirituality without rejecting the physical world, find the divine within everyday life. Reflection. How can you balance your spiritual quest without neglecting your material life? 3. Is human destiny written in the stars? The Book of Enoch talks about the role of the stars and celestial bodies in the structure of the universe. For the ancients, the stars were not just spheres of light in the sky, but living beings, divine messengers who reveal the destiny of humanity. Many believe that the Book of Enoch contains hidden codes about cosmic cycles and future events, and that these teachings are still studied by esoteric orders. But there's something even more intriguing. If the Watchers taught astrology to humans, it means that our destiny is not completely fixed, but can be understood and changed through knowledge. Reflection. Do you believe that the stars influence your life? Or are we responsible for shaping our own destiny? What else is hidden? The Book of Enoch is one of the greatest spiritual mysteries of humanity. It was erased, hidden, banned, but never forgotten. Its content continues to intrigue scholars, spiritualists, and truth seekers. The question is, why? What else was hidden? How many other ancient texts were silenced? And what if there is knowledge that can completely transform our understanding of reality? If you want to continue this journey through hidden knowledge, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, we will explore together the forgotten mysteries of humanity. And now tell me, what do you think has been erased from our history? Leave your opinion in the comments and see you in the next video.